Welcome to the channel, and this is the fifth video for Central Finance configuration, and we are specifically discussing target system settings or S4HANA system settings which are relevant for SAP Central Finance. So just to give you a background, in case you have missed it, we have already 4 videos available on configuration. In video number 1, 2 and 3 we have covered setup systems, and in video number 4 we have talked about mappings, in which we talked about technical settings and defined mapping actions. So this is what already is available on the channel, and of course as we are moving on the same path, so we will continue with the same journey, and in this particular video we will be talking about key mapping and value mapping, and of course as we move we will cover more topics. So it's important to understand what is key mapping, value mapping, and how do we manage those mappings in the system. So first understand key mapping and value mapping. What are the concept of these mapping before we just run to the configuration? So key mapping is mostly master data objects. You have like activity type, company code, or company ID, or like cost center, cost element, GL account, profit center, business area, all those things. So those are all master data related objects, are all called key mappings. And configurable objects are like known as value mapping. For example, accounting principle, document type, posting key, yeah, all those areas, all those things which are mostly generated via configuration transports, those are known as value mapping. Like you can create a GL account just as a master data, but if you want to change a document type, you need to have a transport in the system. So that's how generally it's classified: key mapping and value mapping. So if you go to the node on the CFIN IMG, you have first is define key mapping, and then you have create and edit key mapping. So the moment you create and edit key mapping, that entry will always be moving into the web browser, and you have to ensure that your system settings are very clear, are completely done. So it will always look for the web browser, and it will open the screen which looks like here below, and then you can select the business object like cost center here, and then you select your system, and then you can you can map to the mapping, and then you say okay. You click on add row, or if it is existing you can click on the pencil button and you say edit. The moment you say add row, it will ask for cost center number of the source, cost center number of the target, the object ID, and then it will also ask for the system ID. So this is what you have to provide, and then you can simply save it. It gives the option of saving, and then the moment you save it, mapping will be visible. Please note that mappings are not saved in any particular table which can you directly access. Of course those are accessible in the programs, but not in the directly in particular table. You cannot see the mappings if you go to SE16N and you want to see what my mappings are maintained. So that's key mapping. And then in the next one we have value mapping. So as I explained, value mapping is more about configurable objects, and here you see you can assign the code list elements and systems, and this is required for each global data type. We call it GDT, and then first is you assign code list and elements, and code list to elements and systems. Here you can say okay, Bucharest is company code, and what is my system ID, you can assign there. That's one thing. And also if you want to change anything in terms of data objects, for example, you have something, a custom object which you want to map, which standard SAP will not provide. So in that case you have to add the data type. You can create new entries. All the standard SAP things are provided. And the next part is maintain value mapping. So here basically you can maintain the value mappings. You can say, for example, activity type, and in the middle one you see there is a green button. You click there and you can maintain the mappings of the objects. Of course it is a client dependent, and input help there is a standard custom or a standard MDG code list provider where the standard lists are maintained, or if you have any custom object it will appear here, and from here you can maintain the mappings. So that's value mapping and key mapping. So those are the traditional IMG node in the start of the central finance projects, and the system was released initially in 1610. These were the only ways, and for mass uploads you have to use I myself used custom programs, but then it was a need of the hour. Then SAP came up with this particular very nice upload system, upload download, and this is called fins underscore cfin underscore map underscore manage. This is the transaction code. You can simply go and in the transaction code bar and just put it out. This is basically to manage the mappings. So what all options you have here are, if you select, for example, all the document, all the mapping entities appear here. Even anything you add custom will be visible in the drop down. So all the objects are here, and then you have to select the source system, because you might have multiple source system, and objects are, as I said, um, source system plus particular object. So for example, here you say document type and source system A, and then you can say display mappings. If you display mappings, it will only display what is there. If you say generate template, it will ask for the bottom part, which is file name and CSV separator. You can always use CSV file. You can give a address of the desktop or any folder. It will generate a template in which you can update the mappings. So now once you have the template, you fill the data. Of course, from the source system you take download, from the CFIN system you take download, or you create data in Excel file, save it in the CSV format, and the next option is upload mappings. Then you just upload. It gives you, it have option of test run as well. It says mapping successful or the object not found. Any error comes, you resolve it, and then you can upload the mappings. The next part is download mapping. So download is, you can, again, it will ask for from you the file name where you want to save, and it will save your mapping for that object which is given at the top and the system. Of course you can change it. It will save the CSV file at the location you want on your computer. And the last is delete mapping. This is a little bit tricky because people have a different understanding. So in delete mapping is like, you have 10 document type mapped, and the moment you select delete mapping and you want to, for example, delete 2, that's what you want to delete. So you fill the CSV file and give those two objects which you want to delete. So sometime what happen, I have seen people, if they want to delete, they just think, delete here will delete everything. No, whatever you upload will be deleted. Anything you don't give as an option, it will not be deleted. So if you have 100 objects and you delete 30, so you have to create a file in Excel with of course, the what is exactly in the source system and the target system. So the best part is you first download the mappings, and out of download you say, okay, now I have 100 lines in the Excel, and I want to download, I want to delete 30. So in Excel, take away all those 70 lines which you don't want to delete, and anything you want to delete, save it, and select this option, delete mappings, upload the file back. The moment you upload, it will delete all those entries which you have uploaded. So that's the way it works, a kind of reverse way, but yeah, that's how this works. You have to, anything you upload will be deleted. So this is the easy way. Of course, if you do this, you may not need to do that key mapping and value mapping. It calls the same functional program module. It calls the same program. Of course, the only thing you have to do on the other side, which I explained, is you have to create objects so that if you have any custom object in your organization, that will be visible in this table in this drop down only when you do that configuration. However, this is the best and the easy way to manage mappings. Create, upload, download, display, download in Excel or anything you want to. It's very easy. And of course, on the top, if you see at the bottom part, you have option of downloading it into Excel. You can filter it out if you want to see, okay, I have downloaded in source system A all the document, all the GL account, but now I want to filter it on chart of accounts. So you can filter the data or based on chart of account level or any particular criteria given in the table. So that's about mappings, manage mappings. This way we cover key mapping and the value mapping, how to manage, create, delete the mappings. In the next video, we will be talking about purely about cost object mapping. We will explain you what cost object mapping is, how you create cost object mapping, how you do testing, and how you do, if something is wrong, how you correct cost object mapping. And if you want to delete anything which you think is not logical, something is wrong, you can also delete the cost object mapping, which is a cost object mapping works in a different way. You cannot just have a cost object mapping in the same transaction which I just explained. And here cost object is only, we are talking about the temporary cost object, product cost collectors, internal orders, and not the cost centers. Yeah, so cost center still work in the same way as I just explained. Cost object mapping we will explain in the next video. So stay tuned for the video, and keep following the videos. Always recommended to follow from one. So video number 1, 2, 3 is all about setup systems. Video number 4 is about mapping actions. Video number 5 is this one is key and value mapping, and video number 6 will be on cost object mapping. And then we continue from there for the other configuration objects. Do not forget to like, subscribe, and share the channel. And if you have any questions, comment, feel free to put it in the YouTube comment. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.